My friends, talk about something that touches all of our lives at one point or another. These emotions, depression, anxiety, sadness, anger, they are not just words. They are experiences that can shake us to our very core, leaving us feeling lost, alone, and sometimes even hopeless. But I am here today to tell you that there is more to your story than these feelings. There is a light within you that is waiting to shine even in your darkest moments. I want you to take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs. This simple act is a reminder that you are alive, that you are here, and that you matter. Each breath is a new beginning, a chance to start fresh, to rewrite your story. You see, life is not about avoiding the storms. It is about learning to dance in the rain. And yes, sometimes that rain feels like it is pouring down so hard you can barely stand. But remember, the rain nourishes the earth. And from that nourishment, new life springs forth. Talk about depression for a moment. It is like a heavy blanket that seems to dim the colors of the world. But here is the truth, that blanket is not you. It is something you are experiencing, but it does not define you. You're so much more than your depression. You are the sum of every laugh you've ever shared, every kind word you've spoken, every dream you've dared to dream. And anxiety? Oh, I know it well. It is like a constant whisper in your ear, telling you all the things that could go wrong. But let me tell you something. That voice is not the voice of truth. It is the voice of fear. And fear, my friends, is often just false evidence appearing real. The next time anxiety tries to take hold, I want you to pause and ask yourself, is this real, or is this just a story I am telling myself? Sadness, too, has its place in our lives. It is a reminder of our capacity to feel deeply, to care profoundly. But sadness is like a visitor. It comes and stays for a while, but it does not live with you permanently. Allow yourself to feel it, to acknowledge it, but don't let it overstay its welcome. Remember, joy is always waiting just around the corner. And anger, it is a fire that can burn us from the inside out if we're not careful. But here's the thing about fire, when controlled, it can also be a source of incredible energy and change. The next time you feel anger rising within you, ask yourself, what's really behind this? What am I really feeling? Often, anger is just a mask for hurt, fear, or frustration. I want you to do something for me. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast ocean. Feel the sand beneath your feet, the breeze on your face. This ocean represents all the possibilities in your life. It is endless, it is powerful, and it is beautiful, just like you. My friends, you are not your emotions. You are the vast sky in which these emotions, like clouds, drift by. Sometimes they're dark and stormy, other times they're light and fluffy. But you are always there, always whole, always complete. Let me share a little secret with you. Every morning when I wake up, I have a choice. I can choose to focus on all the things that are wrong in my life, or I can choose to focus on all the things that are right. And let me tell you, when I choose to focus on what's right, my whole day changes. It is like putting on a pair of glasses that allow me to see the beauty in everything around me. I am not saying it is easy. Some days just getting out of bed can feel like climbing a mountain. But here is the thing about mountains, the view from the top is always worth the climb. And every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. I want you to start looking for the miracles in your everyday life. They are there, I promise you. It might be the smile of a stranger, the laughter of a child, or the way the sunlight dances on the leaves of a tree. These small moments of beauty are like breadcrumbs leading you back to joy. Well, you know, we often spend so much time worrying about what other people think of us. But the truth is, what other people think of you is none of your business. Your business is to be true to yourself, to live authentically, to follow your heart. Because when you do that, you'll find that the right people, the ones who truly matter, will love you for exactly who you are. Talk about change for a moment. Because if you are feeling stuck in these negative emotions, change is exactly what you need. But here is the thing about change. It does not happen to you. It happens because of you. You are the author of your own life story. You have the power to write the next chapter, to change the narrative. How do we do that? How do we make that change? Well, it starts with your thoughts. Your thoughts are like seeds. Plant negative thoughts and you'll grow weeds. Plant positive thoughts and you'll grow a garden. It is as simple and as difficult as that. I want you to start paying attention to your self-talk. That little voice in your head that is always chattering away, is it kind, is it supportive, or is it critical and negative? If it is the latter, it is time to change the conversation. Start talking to yourself the way you would talk to someone you love deeply. Because, my friends, you deserve that love from yourself most of all. I know some of you might be thinking, but you don't understand. My situation is different. My problems are too big. And to that I say, you are right. I don't understand completely. No one can ever fully understand another person's journey. But what I do understand is this: you are stronger than you know. You have survived every single bad day you've ever had. You are still here, still fighting, still hoping. That takes incredible strength. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who was going through a terribly difficult time in his life. He had lost his job, his relationship had ended, and he was feeling more alone than he ever had before. One day, feeling particularly low, he decided to take a walk in the forest near his home. He was walking, lost in his thoughts. He suddenly realized he had wandered off the path and was lost. Panic started to set in as the sun began to set. But then in the distance, he saw a faint light. He started walking towards it, and as he got closer, he realized it was coming from a small cabin. He knocked on the door, and an old man answered. The old man welcomed him in, gave him some hot tea, and listened as the younger man poured out all his troubles. When he was done, the old man simply smiled and said, "My son, you are not lost. You are right where you need to be to find your way again." Sometimes when we feel most lost, we're actually on the path to finding ourselves. Sometimes the difficulties we face are actually opportunities in disguise. They are chances for us to grow, to learn, to become stronger. I am not saying you should be grateful for your pain. Pain hurts, and it is okay to acknowledge that. But I am saying that you can be grateful for your strength in facing that pain. You can be grateful for the lessons it teaches you, for the compassion it allows you to feel for others who are suffering. Talk about habits for a moment, because our habits, the things we do day in and day out, shape our lives more than we realize. If you are feeling stuck in negative emotions, it might be time to shake up your routine. Start small. Maybe it is taking a different route to work. Maybe it is trying a new hobby. Maybe it is reaching out to an old friend you've lost touch with. These small changes can create ripples that turn into waves of positive change in your life. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So take that step no matter how small it might seem. I want to address something that I think is incredibly important. If you are feeling depressed or anxious to the point where it is interfering with your daily life, it is okay to seek help. In fact, it is more than okay. It is a sign of strength. Talking to a therapist or counselor does not mean you are weak. It means you are brave enough to face your challenges head on. Think of it this way. If you had a broken leg, you wouldn't try to run a marathon, would you? You'd go to a doctor, get it treated, give it time to heal. Our mental health deserves the same care and attention as our physical health. There is no shame in seeking help. In fact, it is one of the most courageous things you can do. Talk about connection for a moment. I think I tiered it of social media and constant communication. It is easy to feel more isolated than ever. But true connection, deep, meaningful connection with others, is vital for our well-being. Reach out to someone today. Not through a text or an email, but with your voice, or even better, in person. Share how you are feeling. You might be surprised at how many people can relate to what you are going through. And while we're on the subject of connection, let's not forget about our connection to the natural world. There is something incredibly healing about spending time in nature. Feel the grass beneath your feet. Listen to the birds singing, watch the clouds drift by. Nature has a way of reminding us that everything is cyclical. Just as the seasons change, so too are your emotions. This too shall pass. I want to talk about something that I think is incredibly powerful. Gratitude. Gratitude is like a magical key that can unlock joy even in the darkest of times. Start each day by thinking of 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you are grateful for the warmth of your morning coffee, or the sound of rain on your roof, or the wagging tail of your dog when you come home. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we start to realize how much abundance there truly is in our lives. It is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, we can see all the beauty that was there all along. Talk about forgiveness for a moment. Not just forgiveness of others, but forgiveness of yourself. So often, we're our own harshest critics. We hold on to mistakes we've made, replaying them over and over in our minds. But here is the truth. You are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are a constantly evolving, growing, learning being. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It does not mean condoning hurtful actions. It means releasing the energy of resentment and allowing yourself to move forward. It is a gift you give yourself. I want to address something that I think is incredibly important in our modern world: the compare and despair syndrome. With social media, it is so easy to fall into the trap of comparing our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. But remember this, everyone is fighting their own battles. Everyone has their own struggles, their own insecurities, their own challenges. The grass is not greener on the other side. It is greener where you water it. Instead of comparing yourself to others, start comparing yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you kinder? Are you more compassionate? Have you learned something new? These are the comparisons that matter. Talk about purpose for a moment. And so often when we're feeling depressed or anxious and we lose sight of our purpose, we forget why we're here, what we have to offer the world. But I want you to know this. You have a unique gift that only you can give. There is a reason you are here, difference only you can make. Your purpose does not have to be grand or world-changing. Maybe your purpose is to make people smile. Maybe it is to create beautiful art. Maybe it is to be a loving parent or a loyal friend, whatever it is. Embrace it. Let it guide you. Let it light your path when things seem dark. I want to talk about something that I think is incredibly powerful: the power of your words. The words we speak have energy. They have the power to create our reality. So choose your words carefully. Speak kindly to yourself and others. Instead of saying, I have to, try saying, I get to. Instead of, I am so stupid, try, I'm still learning. These small shifts in language can create big shifts in your perspective. Talk about fear for a moment. Fear is a natural part of life. It is our brain's way of trying to protect us. But so often our fears are based on imagined futures that never come to pass. The next time you feel fear rising up, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Then take a small step in that direction. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and moving forward despite it. And every time you do this, you grow stronger. You prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought possible. Talk about joy. Joy is not just the absence of sadness or anxiety. It is a positive force in its own right. And here is the beautiful thing about joy. It is contagious. When you allow yourself to experience joy, you spread it to those around you. You become a beacon of light in the world. How do we cultivate joy? Well, it starts with being present. So often, we're so caught up in our thoughts about the past or the future that we miss the beauty of the present moment. Try this. For the next few minutes, focus all your attention on your breath. Feel the air moving in and out of your body. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. This simple practice of mindfulness can help anchor you in the present moment where joy resides. Talk about dreams for a moment. When was the last time you allowed yourself to dream big? So often when we're feeling down, we stop dreaming, we stop believing that good things are possible for us. But I want you to know this, your dreams matter. They're not just idle fantasies. They are glimpses of what's possible for you. Take a moment right now to close your eyes and imagine your ideal life. What does it look like? How does it feel? Now, here is the important part. Believe that this life is possible for you, because it is. Every great achievement in human history started as a dream in someone's mind. I want to talk about something that I think is incredibly important, self-care. So often, When we're feeling depressed or anxious, we neglect taking care of ourselves. We stop eating well. We stop exercising. We stop doing the things that bring us joy. But self-care is not selfish. It is necessary. It is how we recharge our batteries so we can show up fully in our lives. Self-care looks different for everyone. Maybe for you it is taking a long bath or going for a run or reading a good book. Whatever it is, make time for it. Prioritize it. You can't pour from an empty cup. Talk about resilience for a moment. Resilience is not about never falling down. It is about getting back up every time you do. And here is the beautiful thing about resilience. It is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, you are building your resilience muscle. Remember, the strongest trees are not those that are protected from the wind, but those that are exposed to it. They develop deep roots and flexible branches. In the same way, the challenges you face are making you stronger, more flexible, more resilient. I want to address something that I think is incredibly important in our modern world, the need for stillness. We live in a world of constant noise, constant stimulation, but it is in stillness that we can hear the whispers of our soul. It is in stillness that we can connect with our inner wisdom. Try this. Set aside some time each day for stillness. It does not have to be long. Even 5 minutes can make a difference. Just sit quietly without your phone, without any distractions. You might be surprised at the insights that come to you in these moments of quiet. Talk about love for a moment. Not just romantic love, but love in all its forms. Love for your family, your friends, your community. Love for the world around you. Love for yourself. Because here is the truth. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. It has the power to heal, to transform, to uplift. Often when we're feeling down, we close our hearts. We build walls to protect ourselves from pain. But in doing so, we also block out love. Today, I challenge you to open your heart just a little bit. Look for opportunities to express love, to receive love. You might be surprised at how it changes your perspective. I want to talk about something that I think is incredibly powerful, the power of your imagination. Your imagination is like a preview of life's coming attractions. What you focus on, what you imagine, has a way of becoming your reality. So use your imagination wisely. Imagine the life you want to create. Imagine yourself overcoming your challenges, achieving your goals, living with joy and purpose. Visualization is a powerful tool. Athletes use it to improve their performance, and you can use it to improve your life. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing yourself as the person you want to be, living the life you want to live. Feel it, believe it, and watch as your reality begins to align with your vision. Talk about the power of small wins. When we're feeling down, it is easy to get overwhelmed by the big picture. But here's the thing. Every big change, every major accomplishment is made up of countless small steps. So focus on those small steps. Celebrate your small wins. Did you get out of bed today when you didn't want to? That is a win. Did you make a healthy choice for lunch? That is a win. Did you reach out to a friend? That is a win. These small victories add up, creating momentum that can carry you through the toughest times. I want to address something that I think is crucial, the importance of boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is an act of self-love. It is saying, this is what I need to be my best self. It is not selfish, it is necessary. Without boundaries, we risk burnout, resentment, and losing ourselves in the process of trying to please others. Start by identifying what you need, what energizes you, what drains you. Then communicate these needs clearly and kindly to those around you. Remember, you are not responsible for other people's reactions to your boundaries. You are only responsible for communicating them with clarity and respect. Talk about the power of your breath for a moment. That your breath is a powerful tool that is always with you. When you are feeling anxious or overwhelmed, try this simple breathing exercise. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, breathe out for a count of 4, and hold for a count of 4. Repeat this cycle a few times. This rhythmic breathing can help calm your nervous system and bring you back to the present moment. I want to address something that I think is incredibly important, the power of community. We're not meant to go through life alone. We're social creatures designed for connection. If you are feeling isolated, reach out. Join a club, volunteer, attend a local event. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who support your growth, who believe in you. Remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. It shows that you value yourself enough to seek the support you need. And often, by allowing others to help us, we give them the gift of feeling needed and valued. Talk about the importance of rest. In our fast-paced world, we often equate busyness with worth, but rest is not laziness. Rest is essential. It is during times of rest that our bodies heal, our minds process, our creativity flourishes. So give yourself permission to rest, to take a nap, to have a lazy Sunday, to say no to plans when you need some downtime. I want to address something that I think is crucial, the power of acceptance. So often, we cause ourselves suffering by resisting what is. We fight against our reality, wishing things were different. But acceptance does not mean resignation. It means acknowledging your current reality so you can work with it rather than against it. Try this. The next time you are feeling a difficult emotion, instead of pushing it away, try saying, I accept that I am feeling this way right now. You might be surprised at how this simple act of acceptance can release some of the tension you are holding. Talk about the importance of play. As adults, we often forget the value of play. But play is essential for our well-being. It reduces stress, improves brain function, stimulates creativity, and improves our relationships with others. So make time for play in your life. Dance like no one's watching. Have a game night with friends. Try a new hobby just for the fun of it. I want to address something that I think is incredibly powerful, the practice of reframing. Reframing is the art of looking at a situation from a different perspective. It is not about denying the reality of a situation, but about finding a more empowering way to view it. For example, instead of thinking, I am terrible at public speaking, you might reframe it as, public speaking is a skill I am still developing. Instead of, I am so stressed about this deadline, try this deadline as an opportunity for me to practice working efficiently. These small shifts in perspective can have a big impact on how you feel and how you approach challenges. Talk about the power of intuition. In our rational, data-driven world, we often overlook the wisdom of our intuition. But that gut feeling, that inner knowing, is a powerful tool. Start paying attention to your intuition. When you have a decision to make, check in with your body. How does each option feel? Sometimes, our bodies know what's right for us before our minds do. I want to address something that I think is crucial, the importance of authenticity. In a world that often pressures us to conform, being true to yourself takes courage. But here is the thing, there is no one else in the world quite like you. Your unique combination of experiences, perspectives, and qualities is what makes you valuable. Instead of trying to fit in, focus on standing out. Embrace your quirks, your passions, your unique way of seeing the world, because when you are being authentically you, you give others permission to do the same. Talk about the power of curiosity. Curiosity is like a flashlight in the darkness of depression or anxiety. It shines a light on new possibilities, new perspectives. When you are feeling stuck, try approaching your situation with curiosity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What's another way to look at this? What would happen if I tried something different? I want to address something that I think is incredibly important, the practice of self-compassion. We're often much harder on ourselves than we would ever be on a friend. But imagine how different your life would be if you treated yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you extend to others. The next time you make a mistake or face a setback, instead of criticizing yourself, try speaking to yourself as you would to a dear friend. Offer yourself words of comfort and encouragement. Remind yourself that making mistakes is part of being human, and that every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. Talk about the power of music. Music has an incredible ability to shift our mood, to express emotions we can't put into words, to connect us with others. Create playlists for different moods, songs that energize you, songs that calm you, songs that make you feel hopeful. Use music as a tool to support your emotional well-being. I want to address something that I think is crucial, the importance of setting intentions. Each morning, take a moment to set an intention for your day. It might be as simple as today, I choose peace, or today, I will look for opportunities to be kind. This simple practice and help focus your energy and guide your actions throughout the day. Talk about the power of laughter. Laughter is truly the best medicine. It releases endorphins, reduces stress, and helps us connect with others. Even in the darkest times, look for opportunities to laugh. Watch a funny movie. Spend time with that friend who always makes you giggle. Or try laughter yoga. Yes, that is a real thing. As we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with this thought. You are not alone. Whatever you are going through, whatever you are feeling, you are not alone. There are people who understand, who care, who want to support you. Reach out. Share your story. Allow others to be there for you. Remember, my friends, you are stronger than you know. You are more loved than you can imagine. And you have within you everything you need to overcome whatever challenges you are facing. Trust in yourself. Believe in your resilience. And never, ever give up hope. Because as long as you are breathing, there is more right with you than wrong with you. You've got this, and I believe in you.